Hey folks, Blair from Nose Creek Sport Physiotherapy. Today we're talking about active office stretches. Now, these are the stretches that I usually prescribe to people that sit for a living. So for those of you that are sitting in an office desk all day long, these are great stretches to basically relieve a lot of the tension that builds up from sitting. By the way, one quick tip, if you are sitting all day long, make sure you get out of your desk at least once an hour, if not every half an hour, and just walk for 5 minutes to get the blood flowing to reduce your chance of sitting disease. All right, so here's the first stretch. Because we're in a seated position, when we sit, our hips are flexed, okay, so they're in that shortened position. We want to lengthen our hip flexors. So to do that, we put one foot forward, one back. We're going to bend both our knees, okay? We're going to pelvic tilt, so you want to tuck your tail under like that. And then as you're tucking that tail in, you should feel a bit of a stretch in the front of the hip. Now what you're going to do is you're going to lunge forwards 2 inches to feel increased stretch in the front of the hip. And then we want to do a little bit of a squeeze of the cheek muscle. If you can't squeeze one cheek, squeeze them both, okay? I sometimes will stick my thumb into my cheek just to make sure I'm getting a good strong contraction. And then I usually drive my opposite arm up. So thumb points up and then opposite. And you can really feel a solid stretch in the front of the hip, okay? And then if you want, you can just step forwards and you can do your other hip. There you go, and I jokingly call it the gorilla walk. So you can go down the hallway, stretching out your hip flexors. All right, so people wonder, what's that guy doing in the hallway? So that's for the front of your hip flexors, okay? Now, while you're in the chair, you can just kind of sit down in your chair, get your bum all the way back in your chair, place your hands on the back of your head, so interlace your fingertips, okay? And then really get that chest up, pull your blades down a little bit, tuck that chin in, and then just slowly rotate as far as you can to one side, just so you feel a gentle stretch in your trunk, okay? And then slowly go the other way. And you want to hold that probably for about 3 seconds. And just go back and forth nice and slow. And I would actually hold there for 3 seconds again and repeat that probably at least 3 times. So there's 2, and there's me coming back for my 3rd repetition. 1, 2, 3, and then just slowly back the other way. 1, 2, 3. I'll warn you, the first couple times you do these, you're gonna feel super stiff. But every time you do these, you'll start to loosen up. The next one I like is basically more of a lateral stretch. So you're gonna place your hand on your pelvis or the top of your belt. You're gonna just slowly lean over your trunk, getting a nice big stretch through the tricep, your side of your armpit here, and then even down into your ribs. And you're gonna hold that one a little bit longer for about 10 seconds, and then come back up. Then you're gonna switch sides, and then reaching over. And as you're reaching over, I want you to think more of a side bend, more through the middle of your trunk up here versus kind of side bending through the base of your back. So try to keep your core a little bit tight and just really think of tilting in the top of your trunk and then really reach over there, okay? And then come back. And again, the rules are always 2 to 3 repetitions if you can, so you get a good solid stretch. For those of you with big long dress sleeves on right now, you're probably finding your shirt's coming out of your pants as you stretch. That's your first barrier, is your shirt. So you're gonna kind of loosen up your shirt while you're doing this. So really get that stretch in there, really lengthen out those lats. That's gonna feel really good to get that stretch in there, okay? And then one more on this side. And again, really try to hold that for a good sort of 10 seconds and really stretch that out. But it has to be within your pain-free range of motion. So if you're getting pain, you're pushing too hard. So be really careful of that. And the last one that really drives extension into our upper back, okay, and straightening of our spine is what we call a skyroot. So it's just basically palms up, elbows locked, and you're gonna reach up. And I like to do this breathing, so really sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in as you reach up. Good, and then you're gonna breathe out. Second breath in, you're gonna reach up another 2 inches higher. And really drive those arms up, and then breathe out. Arms come down on the second breath out. So we're just gonna try one more repetition. So again, it's big breath in. There we go, and you're gonna breathe out. Second breath in, drive those arms up 2 more inches. And out. There you go. And you'll feel a big, strong stretch in your upper back. It'll feel kind of stiff the first few times. You might even get a bit of a tingling into your hand. Don't worry, that's just the nerves flossing from your armpit into your hand. Okay? And again, each time you do that, you're gonna find that it gets easier and easier. Okay? So, just to quickly review. That was our hip flexor stretch that we want to do in standing when we get up and walk away from our desk if we can. And then the last 3 stretches you can do in sitting, or if you want, you can do them in standing as well. If you want to do them sort of in the hallway rather than at your desk. But you'll find with sitting for rotation, when you sit down, you'll get better torque on your back simply because it's fixing your pelvis and your hips. But you can do them standing as well if you like. All right? So I hope those stretches help you. And so give those a try. If you're still having some problems, then definitely give us a shout at the clinic and we can sort of help you out a bit more. All right? So take care and keep stretching. Bye-bye.